Everybody, Mike here of the Ohio Bigfoot Research and Investigation Center, and today I want to talk about Huntstand, which is the green button at the top right corner. Cost me $13 a year. So here you can see all my wildlife areas, all the places that I research. This is my property in Virginia. This is Kokosing Wildlife Area. This is right down the road from my house. Here's Salt Fork State Park. Now, I'm going to slide that over. Okay. So with this map, I can zoom in, I can zoom out. Here you can see the property line of Salt Fork. I'm going to hit my top button, and now I can go the terrain cover to see what the terrain looks like before going into a hike. Here's your contour lines to show the contour of the landscape. Outdoor, it's pretty much the same, just a little different. It's kind of like a topo map, but without all the information. Go satellite imagery and see what it looks like via the satellite. Then I've got my topo maps, which, as you know, I love topo maps. So here's my topo of Salt Fork State Park, still showing the red border. Come down here, tree cover. All these white blotches are places where there are no trees. So inside of the park, I can look for little areas where there is no tree cover and that it's pretty much open. Now this one they just started doing here. This is monthly satellite. So at the beginning of last month, this is what it looked like at Salt Fork State Park. Literally a month ago, because it gives you monthly 3D. 3D is one of my favorites because I can go inside of the park and let me find a low-lying area, which will be right here's one. See, if you see this creek bed right here, I can zoom in, and here you can even see the game trails. But if I zoom in and then twist just a little bit, now I've got a 3D view of the area. So if I was literally standing here, turning in a circle, this is what it would look like. So it gives me a great idea of contour lines. Then I can, as if I was actually walking it myself, I can walk these areas with my fingers up and down the map to see the different contours. Public lands. This shows you all the public lands in every state. So this shaded in area is Salt Fork State Park. That's public land. But you can zoom out even more, and like here you see this little SDNR. Well, here's a little hidden one. And State Department of Natural Resources access area, open access, meaning it's open to the public. So here's a little hidden gem of public land. I can go one step further and I can go hunting lands. Now for the state of Ohio. Here's Salt Fork. That's all public hunting. Go down here to Seneca. There's public hunting. Here's spring turkey regulations. There's Bell Valley. Here's Appalachian Hills Wildlife Area. AEP. Blue Rock. So now I can find areas that I'm allowed to access legally. Meaning we all own it. It's public land. There's Simcoe. But going back to Salt Fork. Now this one is more for hunting. This is property info. So let's say something happened here in the center of the screen. I can tap it. No name on record. Okay, here. Randy Raber and, oh good lord, Perkowski Thomas. Here's their property address, their mailing address, their names, how many acres, and the perimeter of their property. But that's more of a hunting thing. Let's go topo. Okay. So Salt Fork State Park. Let's assume this valley here in the center. I wanted to hike that valley. There we go. So now I can come up here. I can put my bullseye there. Follow that valley up. Now if you look at the bottom left screen, you can see that that valley is 1,532.08 yards. That's how long that valley is. Clear. Cancel. But I can take it a step further. For instance, let's go over here by, let's go terrain actually. Group camp. Okay, this is the group camping area. Now I can pin it off. And if you noticed, it shades in. So now I know that area around group camp, if you look at the bottom of the screen, is 19.59 acres. There you go. So it tells you how many acres it is. And this is $13 a year for this app. And I absolutely live by this app. I use it for hunting. I use it for Bigfooting. All these pins here at Salt Fork have to deal with Bigfoot and Bigfoot research. You can add pins. So add marker. You can give them names. Change colors, tracks, trail crossing, bedding. You can leave little comments about what the pin is for. It gives you the GPS coordinates to that pin. It does quite a bit. Like I said, you can show the area around the pen, 536 acres, or 3.69 acres, 536.12 yards to walk all the way around it. Here's your hunt zone. Now this is your wind direction. So if I was going to set up at this pin right here, I'll hit that. Now that little red V is the direction that my scent is blowing. And if you notice down here at the bottom, you got this white graph. Well, this moves it in time. So as the day moves on, I can see which way my scent is going to be switching to. Tells me the weather, gives me weather maps, gives me all my lunar times. And if you notice at the bottom, it says peak game activity times. There's a science as to when wildlife moves. And this peak game activity times is pretty spot on. Here I can download offline maps, and you can see I have Salt Fork downloaded offline, so I don't have to have service to use it. Then I can reserve stands, I can show where I've harvested, I have sightings, there's my trail cam tracker, my tasks, and here I can even keep up with friends. So if a friend of mine was on this map, then they would show up on the pin and I would know where their pin is. It even shows me property for sale. And then there's videos and things like that. But, going back to Salt Fork, whoops, maps. Here's one little feature. Actually, I hit my location, which is that little target up front. Now that's me at my house. So if I hit the trace button, start trace. Now I'm going to walk outside of my house. It shows that little blue arrow in front of my circle of the direction I'm moving. So if I was on a hike, I could map my hike and map the area that I hiked. So you can see this pin moving with me as I go down the driveway. It's tracing my route of travel as if I was hiking. So now I'm going to turn up the road. And there you can see it tracking me and shows exactly where I walked. Well, let's say on this walk, I found a footprint. Bang, right there I can put my footprint marker and add marker to know that on this hike where I found what. And I can keep that trace. So this is a fantastic tool. No, I'm not getting paid to promote them. It's just a tool that I use. Huntstand. I have the pro version. There is a free version, but I paid the $13 a year to not have the ads, and I get to store more locations that way. But just a great tool to have when it comes to Bigfoot research, and something that I use always. At work, I'll study it. At home, I'll study it. When I'm in the woods on location, I'll study it. Have a great day, everybody.